How's it again, everybody? It's Alex and Renee.
Hi.
And we declare. Today, we're doing it from Teen Challenge of the Hawaiian Islands. So we are here to welcome Pastor Kalani and his wife, Marge.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
So we're going to just share a little, they're going to share their thing about Teen Challenge and what they can offer to you folks or to someone you know who needs help. So, Pastor Kalani, what is Teen Challenge?
Teen Challenge is a one-year discipleship program. It deals with the addictions, so the sin of addictions, and it could be not just addicted to drugs. It could be any life-controlling substance. So it could be gambling, pornography, eating, anything that is an addictive behavior. And it's a one-year, like I said, Christian life school.
Okay, so what separates you, your folks, from like other
Programs.
programs?
Jesus.
That is the main.
Jesus, yes, Jesus is the main factor. We're not a recovery home. We're not a halfway home. Being a Christian discipleship, Christian life school means that our homes is all about transformation.
Okay.
Because God comes in, Jesus takes your life and He transforms you. So that's the difference. Is once God has your heart, He has the rest of a man or a woman.
Okay, that's cool. So, is there a cost for these people to come?
Sure. Out of state, we charge a $500 one-time admission fee. In the state of Hawaii, it's $100, and it's for the paperwork and the different things that we do in office. However, if the individual doesn't have the money, then we work with them because we're more interested in the soul, in the person, than in the cost of the program. But that's for the whole year, and so for the rest of the year, it's a free program. And that's why we ask people to help us donate or help to donate to sponsor students, because the average cost is $2,000 a month per student.
Wow.
And so it's truly a miracle how God is taking the little and making multiplying it, right?
Okay, well, that is awesome. So, if say someone or folks out there want to give to you folks, how can they give?
Well, we have a GoFundMe page right now under Teen Challenge. That's one way. But we also have a website that you can go to. It's teenchallengeusa.com.
Yes, teenchallengeusa.com. However, though, if you donate, just when you go on the site, it just gets dispersed everywhere. So what you have to do is you have to go to the search button and click on Teen Challenge of the Hawaiian Islands. Once you're on our page where it shows the pictures of the home and stuff, then there'll be a little button on the top that you click on and says donate, and then that will come to us. But also we have a website called Teen Challenge of the Hawaiian Islands. You can also find us on Facebook.
Sure. Okay, good. And then we also, if you would like to mail it to us, I can give you the address if you would like the address or include it. Would you like that? It is at 1146 Elm Street, Apartment A, Honolulu, Hawaii, 96814.
Is Oahu the only location?
No, we have 5 centers. We have a women's home on the Big Island, which is called the Home of Hope. And the women's home, they do their whole year there. And so what that means is we have a Teen Challenge for the men and the women is 2 phases. There's 2 different phases. One is an induction, and then there's the second, third, and fourth phase, which you are coming out of induction. And so we have a men's home on the Big Island, which is an induction center with the women's home. The women's center is separate though. Women work with women, men work with men. We have an induction center on Maui now in Kihei, and we have an outreach center on Kaua'i, and then we have the center here, the Christian Life School here on the Big Island. On Oahu, excuse me.
And the center here, just to make that clear, the center here is only for people that are coming out of their first phase. Out of the first phase, this is the second, third, and last phase. So they'll come from either Maui or the Big Island.
So basically what it is an induction center is when you're first coming off the street or wherever the circumstances you are in. We're gonna teach them. First, we're gonna teach them about salvation and what it means to be saved. We're gonna introduce them to Christ. They're getting off of the drugs. They're going through having to learn the program's rules. They're having to learn how to stay still, wake up, pray. All those basic fundamentals that we teach them. And then once they reach a certain spiritual, as we see them growing spiritually, and they have a understanding of salvation, then they come here to the Christian Life School. And the Christian Life School, we prepare them for ministry. So either going to a Bible college, which we highly recommend, higher Christian education. In fact, we over the past 4 years, we have about 90% of the students going to Bible college.
Oh wow, that's a great percentage.
Yeah, they're going to either back home. So when they go back home, they're going to be plugged into a church and serving the churches and get back with their families. They're going to be, they can have opportunities to get their GEDs, opportunities to, we want them to be employed. So we help them with that in their schooling. We also, if they want to go into the military, we help them to do the military. The house here also does a re-entry, and what re-entry is if they're, we don't just cut them loose at the end of the year. We offer an internship or a re-entry where they live here for 3 to 4 months. They get a job, they save up money. We have an account set for them so that they can build a nest egg to step out and rent a house, to step out into that. So we don't just cut them loose. In fact, we have a woman living with us upstairs who graduated from the Big Island, the Home of Hope, and she's just getting ready to transfer out. So by October, transition out.
The end of October.
Right, and she's doing well. She's got a job. She's getting back with her kids, and so there's so much that we have to offer because we're just following the biblical principles. Yeah, so that's kind of what we do.
That's normally more beneficial because we find that people are not as successful when you just cut them loose. You find that they're back in the same cycle.
Yes.
So it sounds like you equip them
Yes.
for life skills, and it's not just biblical, although that is the basis for it, but it's also practical.
Right.
So that way, when they are reintegrated back into society, they have all the tools that they need to remain equipped and successful.
Right.
That's probably why their success rate with Teen Challenge is really, really good compared to other programs.
Well, all of our staff members are graduates, and so the very ministry that we're offering, the very program, I don't like using the word program, but that's what people understand, is the same house that I graduated from. And what I found in Teen Challenge is it's really, especially in Hawaii, it's more family oriented.
Yes.
It's more intimate. We have a smaller house, fewer beds, but you get a more one-on-one with the person.
Okay.
And so that makes a difference too. You know, they're not just our students. They become family to us. We love them dearly.
So how many beds can you offer as far as students coming in?
Well, each center has a total of 12 beds. So when you look throughout the state, we got about
60.
Yeah, around there. And then we also have beds for interns. And so we can sometimes we'll even, I mean, if we see somebody who's really desperate, we'll make space for them. Just like when we say we have somebody re-entering, we invited that woman to live in our own house. She's living in so she's not even in the center, but she's living at the center because we work and live here. So yeah, I would say about 60.
And so how long have you and Margie been leading this home?
This is going on the 4 years now.
Yes.
Here.
We came, well, he came earlier than me. He came August of 2016, and then I came in December once I finished my semester in school. But yeah, since the end of 2016.
That's awesome.
And then prior to that, we were on the Big Island.
Right.
So Margie actually came over to open the women's home with Auntie Candy. She's the first hired staff there. And I was, after graduating, I went back to the Big Island where I'm from to do my internship. And I became a staff member and a director there. So total, we've been with Teen Challenge of the Hawaiian Islands for 10 years now. This is the 10th year.
Wow. That's amazing.
With going through the program ourselves and stuff. You know, and actually, But you know, when you're out there in your addiction, you have no kind of structure. You wake up when you want to. You go to bed when you want to. You know, you go out when you want to. You know, you don't have a job. You know, you're out there doing things to support your habit and so forth. So, as not only do we teach them the simple, basic biblical standards and teachings that that we have, but we also teach them how to be obedient to their leaders. Anybody that in the Bible it talks about how God anoints leaders and puts governing authorities over us. It could be the police department, it could be the president of the United States, so forth. It doesn't necessarily mean a leader. So we teach them how to be obedient to those that are above them. Not that we are above them, you know, we're the same, we're equal, because their opinions about have value and like ours, and we're all doing the same thing at the same time. Because just because we're leaders, we have not arrived. God is still working in us, you know, and so we just teach them how to have structure. How to learn how to wake up in the morning, you know, for when they do finally get a job and stuff. So yeah.
Kaua'i, so say if someone wants to get help, how do they get in touch to go get help?
Well, I can leave the numbers. They would call
Yeah.
or get referred to a friend, a pastor, or whoever hears of us, and then they would call for a phone interview, and we would set up either a phone interview or send them their application through the mail. And so we have applications and a process of talking with the person, because a lot of times we want to see if the person is wanting help. Right, and so it's an individual. So whoever's out there can help bring the person, but then we have to talk with the person, and then we go through an application process that has a screening, drug screening, STD screening, a physical. Now with the COVID-19, we require a COVID test. We also require you have a valid ID and a.
So yeah, there is a screening process, like Pastor Kalani was saying, and they are gonna go ahead, like anything. Whenever you apply for something, don't just expect that you're just gonna be accepted. They are gonna accept all those that come, though. So there is a screening process, and of course, the major factor is the fact that what he said was they have to be willing to wanna get the help.
Yes.
So that is if you have somebody at a place where they're already broken and they're ready and they want to make that change, the rest of the screening processes will take place, but that is ultimately the determining factor, right? The determining factor is whether or not that person is absolutely ready for that help.
Right, and we're going to pray with them, because, you know, the fact that if you're out there and you might not even realize, if you have somebody in mind who needs help, or you have a thought in your heart, God's placed that person on your heart. God is already working through you. So follow through and just let God deal with all that. We'll deal with it. We'll sit down. Even sometimes when the person is kind of fighting it, we understand that. So we will stand together in prayer, and we will talk with the individual and give them a chance to kind of weigh out their options. And that was just like with me. It took me 3 years before I came in. Pastor Keith came to my house, offered me Teen Challenge. I heard it was a year, and I said, that sounds like a jail sentence. 1 year, it sounds like a long time. Well, I went out 3 more years, and God kept pursuing me until I ended up going to the doors of Shore Foundation. And lo and behold, of all the churches that there are on the Big Island, Pastor Keith was there. So God was already working, and I'm one of the things that I asked myself is, man, I wish I would have done it sooner. But everybody has to go through what they have to go through, and so God is always working. So don't be discouraged off the hope, and even if they say no at first, the seeds are being planted. I just want to say that, and it's the whosoever. So we do not discriminate. We do not discriminate. We ask them 2 things basically when they come in. Do you admit you have a problem? One, and two, are you willing to follow the rules?
Mm.
Because if they can't admit they have a problem, which is obvious, and they usually do, and if they don't want to follow the rules, then we can't help somebody who doesn't want to follow the rules. So it's just your real two basic questions, and then we start with them because we start off slow because we understand the fog and the pool of the world and just the uncomfortableness of it all. And so we work with them, and that's why I mentioned that all of the staff members are graduates. So that means you're getting help from somebody who's been in your shoes.
Good.
It's relatable.
Again, I'm sorry. So Kalani, what is that number if we need?
Sure. Well, I have 4 numbers I can give you. Our Big Island number is 808-966-7980. That's a men induction. The Women's Home of Hope is 808-965-8403. Of course, the Oahu House is 808-589-0013. And then if somebody can read that Kaua'i number and Maui number for me.
The Kia number is 808-793-3440. And for the crisis center, that would be 808-212-1490.
Those are our numbers. And if you can't, for some reason, if you can't get through, please leave your telephone number along with your name and pursue. If nobody calls back, call, because we are very short-staffed in a way where we're always in and out of the office. Also, you can email us at christianlifeoahu@gmail.com.
Yes.
And if that's too much information for you, you can also call our hotline at We Declare Ministries. Our number is 1-888-440-7988. That's 1-888-440-7988. You can call that hotline 24 hours a day. Somebody is always there. You can call there for prayer. You can call there for resource information, and of course the information for Teen Challenge of the Hawaiian Islands. You can also email us at wedeclare808@gmail.com. We would like you to please, if you do have somebody in mind for a teen challenge, men's home, women's home, they're all available here in the Hawaiian Islands. They don't have to be shipped to the mainland. They can get their recovery and their help here locally from local people. Not that we discriminate, but at the same time, even if people come from the mainland, the homes are open here to help those who have some type of addiction to life addiction. And so you can also give to Teen Challenge. You heard the testimony. They only ask for $500 for a person to come in. $100 for locals, $500 from the mainland. And it takes over $2,000 per student.
A month.
Per month. And any way that you can help, any amount of money, give to their GoFundMe account. You can also, like Pastor Kalani had said, mail it in. You can also call and give a gift. And any gift that I'm sure they'll appreciate. Anything else, Alex?
No, I just like to say thank you for having us.
Yes. I want to offer this too. You know, if you have somebody who wants to come and check it out, we have chapels every Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. And we'll go through, when you come here, of course, you wear your mask and we go through the screen. But you come in and they're able to fellowship with us first. And we want to invite them in, and they can come and God will start doing the work in them already. So I just want to offer that also. If you would like to come and maybe visually see the center, I have an open door policy that anyone can come, and we want to show them, because it's how we live every day. You know, you just call, make an appointment, and come on over.
That's awesome. So we want to thank you again for joining us for another segment of We Declare Ministries. Don't forget to go to our
YouTube page.
and
Subscribe.
Nice.
yes, and share. Thank you. And share. Alex is learning to share. He's good at sharing. But anyway, thank you again for joining us. We'll see you again on the next segment of We Declare Ministries.
All right, everybody.
Hello.